Today I'm going to show you 3 quick, easy meals. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to my channel, Hywel's Fitness. Today I've got my apron on. We're going to take you through a student meal prep. I know lots of you will be looking to do some sort of healthy diet in January, and this is just ways you could take meals to university and also work. We all know that the canteens and stuff, they don't supply the best of foods. You're going to be given fish and chips, but the fish is going to be deep fried. With the canteen meals, they're going to cost you like £5, and you can pretty much get all 3 meals I'm going to show you today for less than that. So this is just a healthy option you can take, and it's really quick, easy and nutritious. They can also all be adapted if you're cutting or bulking with the carbs, so stuff like rice, which I'm going to show you in this meal now. Obviously add a little bit more if you're bulking. You could take a little bit away if you're tracking macros and you're cutting. That's going to apply to all of the meals I'm going to show you today, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that sort of as I'm going along. Also, most of the ingredients that we're using today, the stuff that you'll generally have in your house, like peppers and onions, rice and stuff like that. You won't have to go out of your way and buy stuff like when you go through certain recipe books. There's just ingredients in there you're never going to have in the house as a student. So this really applies to my audience and you guys. I hope it helps in some way, and we're just going to sort of get into it now. And the ingredients for the first meal, we've got mushrooms with peppers, an onion, we're going to use half an onion, broccoli because I just love chucking broccoli in most of my stir fries, which is kind of what this is going to be. We've got Kangaroo burger, which is from Iceland, super cheap and it's just lean meat. And then we're also going to have brown rice, which I've pre-weighed. We're having 60 grams of brown rice for this meal. And then for seasonings, we're going to season it with garlic, pink salt, black peppers and a sauce of your choice. I usually go with a hot sauce because it's just really nice for this meal, but also Nando's is a really good choice. And I'm going to show you how I cook that now. So the rice has 7 minutes left. I'm not going to tell you how long I put it on because everyone's rice is usually different, but when the rice has 7 minutes left, that's when you need to put your Kangaroo burger on. So give the pan a quick spray with the 1 calorie oil. Then first things first, you need to chuck your Kangaroo burger on. Get that simmering on a medium heat, and then you can fill up your broccoli to boil. Put that on for boil for around 5 minutes. So now's a good time to start seasoning your Kangaroo burger. And like I said, I'm just going to chuck some black pepper on, some pink salt, and a little bit of garlic to top. Not too much. But if you actually take the burger and chop it into sections, so as you can see here, I've actually chopped the Kangaroo burger down into sections and the meat cooks just a little bit better. And then when this has started to cook, like you can see here, it's starting to change colour slightly. This does change colour, this meat. Now you can chuck in all your veggies. Now is the time you want to be turning on your broccoli, getting that on full heat because it'll boil roughly all the same time it'll finish now. Just continue to mix this round until the Kangaroo burger is fully cooked. And now it's just a waiting game, guys. About 5 minutes and it should be good. I'll get back to you when that's done. That's meal 1 complete. Nice easy meal, absolutely gorgeous, and I know Kangaroo is not really a typical food for students, but like I said, it's super cheap in Iceland and it is a really good meat. Now I'm going to show you meal 2. Chicken pesto pasta. Chicken pesto pasta. Chicken pesto pasta. So for meal 2 we're going to have chicken pesto pasta, and for that meal we're going to be using the second half of the onion we just used, some more peppers, a little bit of courgette, again the spray which is 1 calorie spray. For the sauces, we're just using a standard pesto sauce, which is from Tesco. You can pick that up pretty much anywhere. The lighter than light mayo from Aldi, which you already know is my favorite thing in the world. Mature cheddar cheese, that's completely up to you, and it is better when the meal's hot. Then we're going to use some whole wheat fusilli, again from Tesco, but you can pick it up anywhere. We're going to add some green beans into the mix just to give it a bit of veggies. And then we're using fresh chicken breast, which is weighed out here at 100 grams. That's because this is for Josie's meal. For me, I'd usually easily take more chicken than that. That's just a way of showing you how you can alter all of these ingredients to make this suit you. If you needed more carbs, you'd add more fusilli, and if you needed more or less fat, you're gonna use less pesto and more mayo, because that's what makes up the sauce. Seasonings, again, pretty standard. We're gonna use garlic granules, black pepper and salt, which is pretty much how I season all of my meals. And yeah, that's that. I'm going to show you how I cook it up now. Okay, so to start off this meal, exactly the same. Give the frying pan a quick spray, and first of all, that's on a little low heat at the minute. Pasta's just gone on, so the meat and the pasta, they take 10 minutes. Green beans only take 5. So just turn the pasta on now, that's started to boil. That's when the veggies go in, and you can chuck the chicken straight on top of these at the same time. Okay, so that's the chicken cooked fully, and the green beans also, the pasta is all boiled, all ready to go. Once that's drained, keep your pasta on top of a separate one. So you've got your hot saucepan. With a hot saucepan, you want to be taking 20 grams of pesto, so we're using a negative scale here, that's 15. 21, that'll do. And this is the trick, guys, you want to be using a hot saucepan for this, so this is the same saucepan we just used for the pasta. A squirt of mayonnaise, not going to weigh it because, like I said, lighter than light, we love this stuff. That's about enough for that. Yeah, give it a quick mix like that, and then you add in everything into this saucepan while it's still warm. That's all on top of the sauce, and it's nice and hot, so the sauce is going to melt. Give that a quick stir. But that's a really easy, quick meal. It took less than 10 minutes and it's going to keep you full. It's a really well-rounded meal, so it's got its fats, it's got its proteins and carbs. Super healthy, super quick and super cheap. Perfect for students. So for meal 3, we're going to have fish and sweet potato. This is definitely by far one of the easiest meals we're going to make today, but it does take the longest. It's literally an oven meal though. You can just chuck it and forget about it. Don't forget about it. Definitely don't forget about it because it'll burn. So again, for this meal, green beans because they're super cheap and they're just getting a bit of vegetables into your diet. Chopped up sweet potatoes, again, this is adjustable. For me, I'm having 200 grams, but depending on your carbs and what you need yourself. We're going to have some avocado, and then for the main source of protein for this meal, we're going to have some white fish. You can use any fish, actually. It's also a really good meal with salmon, but again, white fish is definitely the cheapest option, and this is meal prep for students, so definitely look out for white fish. It's also a lot cheaper frozen than it is to buy fresh. Again, seasonings, exactly the same, but with 2 additions. We're going to have some paprika on top of the fish, and some lemon jus. Like I said, this is an oven meal, but the fish actually only takes 20 minutes. This is going to vary depending on the fish that you actually buy, but we know for a fact that the sweet potatoes are going to take a little bit longer than 20 minutes, so we're going to pre-microwave them first, get them a little bit soft. Only 2 minutes in the microwave and then it should be good to go. Then everything should be finished at exactly the same time. So pro tip for this meal, if you start off by giving it a little spray on top of the fish, not only will that make it cook a little bit better, but it'll also hold the seasoning on it. Like I said, a little bit of garlic, not too much. The salt and pepper as standard for all the other meals, only a tiny bit again. Paprika to your liking, that's about enough for us. And then add the lemon juice. This just helps it to not dry out basically in the oven. The pro tip for this meal is to actually make a parcel. So if you fold it up like this, give it a little bit of a squeeze, not too tight. That's perfect. That's going to hold in all of the flavours, all of the juices, and it's not going to dry out. The oven's been preheating while we've been doing all this, so it's actually at its temperature now, which is a gas mark 6 for this fish. Again, it depends on what you're cooking. You'll pop this in the oven for 20 minutes now. So take it down, middle shelf in the oven. 5 minutes before that finishes, we're going to chuck the green beans on so they're ready at the same time again. I'll show you what that looks like after 20 minutes. So that's been in the oven for 20 minutes. We've just drained the green beans, which we're going to throw in the temperature now. But look, that's held all of its juices. It's going to be seasoned perfectly. And once that's done, that's looking like that. You have the option to add your sweet chili sauce to it, but for this meal, we're going to keep it dry. So that's the third meal done. Once you get better at this, you can sort of do all these meals at the same time, especially if you have a bigger hob. I know most students don't, and they've just got the 4 set like us. If you're going to do it my way and cook all of the meals one after each other, it actually saves a lot of washing up because you can reuse stuff like the frying pan. Just give it a quick swirl. And also I hope this has showed you a way that all 3 meals, they have different sources of protein. So we've had fish, we've had kangaroo burger, which isn't a usual source of protein for most of you, and we've had, of course, chicken. Also, we've had different carbs, we've had stuff like rice and sweet potatoes, all types of vegetables, and obviously different fats from pestos and avocados, all good fats, all good carbs, and just generally healthy meals. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you try any of these meals, let me know in the comments, because that'd be really cool. I'd love to know what you think of the recipes, and if you enjoy this type of video, I'll definitely do some more of them. If you liked the video and it's helped you in any way, please like the video, share it with your friends if you feel like, and subscribe if you're new, obviously. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.